Hello and welcome back to Pathologic Classic HD. In our last episode, we had a chat with the Kains. Unfortunately, in the time between this episode, or last episode and this, I did make a recording of this already and accidentally lost it. So, I'll be going through the same areas again, though I'll be taking various shortcuts, purely for the sake of my own patience, for the patience of my viewers. What we have here in this town are quite a few ways of getting to point A to point B. However, a lot of them can't be in straight lines. There are a lot of fences, blockades in various ways that will stop me from making the quickest journey possible, or the quickest journey plausible in some cases. This is doubtless intentional on behalf of the game's developers. Part of it does mean that we have delays in our time. The game's time will continue to progress. It's now 20 past 8 in the morning. The game's time will continue to progress, and events of the days will continue to progress regardless of whether I take action or not. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop by this shop. This shop is a food shop. Food shops are symbolized by a bull's head. In this shop, I think I'm going to purchase... What am I going to purchase? Ah, nice. Good haul. I'm going to purchase everything. Yeah. Literally everything. It's probably a terrible idea. However, I really don't want to run out of food. And I am metagaming ever so slightly because I'm aware that the prices of various items do change as the game goes by. So, on the first day, items are not too expensive to come by. However, as the game progresses, things do start to get steeply more up and up in price, depending on how things go. Usually, when the town becomes more panicked, money becomes worthless, and food and medicine becomes a lot more valuable. We're making a quick stop-off before going to visit Isidor, the doctor, with
My
this
heartbeat
lady.
is uneven. I am sick at heart.
Her name is Lara
They say
Ravel.
Ripper was caught. Does he really cut people?
You're the person that came to Maria Kain in a dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is Lara Ravel, and this is the shelter. You are always welcome here. My name is Daniil Dankovsky. Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. You always have guests, but your face looks so sad. Well, yes. I'm the mistress of this house, after all. That doesn't mean I'm a mistress, mind you, not with a capital M. I won't ever become one of them. But I can also serve people to the best of my ability. Who are the capital M mistresses, then? The mistresses of the town. We call them the dream mistresses. Kaina, Glimskaya, Sabarova. Now, after Victoria's and Nina's departure, their daughters are the ones that are trying to see the future. They're far less impressive than their mothers for now, of course. Maria is probably the best. It's good to see children continuing the life work of their parents. Why are you frowning? I'm just in a melancholic mood. We're way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back to order. You were quite successful in doing that.
My lips are too dry.
I know you're a doctor. A wonderful one at that. A celebrity medic. Everyone in our town, small town, knew that a famous doctor was coming here. I'm very, very glad that you have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favour of you? Please do. A few years ago, the child death rate went through the roof here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so came down with serious illnesses. It made us worried, but unfortunately, we couldn't find the cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out that the children were dying because of a game. What in the world? What kind of game kills children? They were playing... what did they call it? It was some kind of medical game. They were stealing medicine from the adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. Then they healed each other with it. Back when the game just faded into obscurity, but now I've heard that they were contemplating playing it again. Someone's already been poisoned. What can I do? I'm no poisoning specialist. I can do an examination, of course, but... No, it's much simpler. There's a house somewhere in town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That's why they play hospital. That's why they store their horrible mixtures. Please, use your standing and use your celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella, Oglimsky's daughter, believes that the house will be unlocked today. I'll do my best, of course. How can I find the house? Capella mentioned it's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly. Have you ever seen those stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see the house you're looking for from Eva Jan's window. But, most importantly, it should be unlocked. Do people around here ever leave their doors unlocked? In exceptional cases or emergencies, yes, we do. But generally, houses are supposed to be locked up because they're occupied by several families. People aren't that scared of losing their own belongings, but they care about their neighbours. And now that everyone's so afraid of the man-eater, of course everything's locked. In that case, it wouldn't be too hard to find. So, this is the first side quest of the day. The side quest is, what kind of games are the local children playing? Lara is worried about them. Or she's worried about the mysterious schmouders they seem to have discovered. It would put her mind at ease if I could get my hands on it and wrest it away from them. I know where they keep it. I can see the stash from my window in the Stillwater, in a house by the staircase ruin. The staircase ruins are a prominent feature of this town, which I will explain shortly. Today's main quest is to find out the killer of Simon Kain. I can perhaps get a bit of lead onto how this has happened by talking to the town's doctor, Isidor Burch. As we saw in the previous episode, Isidor is the town's doctor. He is the father of Artemy Burch, the Haruspecs. Oh, that is a drunk man. He might be able to trade me some stuff if I can give him some water. Let's just hope that I can. I only have a few bottles to fill. So, various NPCs in the game will trade you various items. Different NPCs have different items to trade. Drunks will trade me bandages for some clear spring water because they're all hungover to fuck. Young-ish women will give me repairs to my clothing. Old men give me repairs to my weapons. Young men do nothing. I'm sure that there is a case to be made for that. Reflecting reality. And yes, these are the stairways to heaven that that Laura Ravel was mentioning. The stairways to heaven are prototypes designed by the somewhat mad architects of this town. The polyhedron is the pinnacle of their work. But before they built the polyhedron, they built several of these staircases that lead to nowhere. They are interesting. And slightly disturbing if you climb them too high. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle, I'd gladly give you anything on earth for exchange of a gulp of chilly spring water. Well, how about we... Why don't you drink from the river, then? How about we barter? You'll have your water and I'll have bandages. So, he can give me 1 bandage for 5 bottles of water. It's not a bad trade. That tolling of the bell signals it has now turned 9 AM. Time marches ever onwards. And with it, I must be careful. So, the house is here. I need to, however, avoid all the fences to get to it. And go bin raking. Bin raking is most of what I do in this game. The NPCs do sometimes stop what they're doing to turn to look at you, and it is very off-putting at first. Bit disturbing. Sometimes it's fine. Hey there, teenage girl. We all know about you. What are you so happy about, girl? We almost caught the unseen cat. Wanna come see her? Where did you find such a cat? It's the famous pale cat. Her eyes are like translucent emeralds, her fur is grey, and her body is completely transparent. So, what, you can see its bowels too? Light passes right through her. It's very pretty. But most importantly, she's invisible in the dark, and rodents can't hear her. That's how light her step is. She belongs to the pale obtuse. The what obtuse? It's no use. I know you won't believe me anyways. Just come over and see the cat for yourself when it goes dark. It's by the 12th warehouse. The password is hell froze over. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. I've never met the invisible cat in this game. Not that I haven't searched for it. Probably spent far too long searching for her. Right. I do apologise. I will open the map and close it incessantly to figure out where the hell I'm going. A lot of the time this town's geography does confuse me. So, this is the house of Isidor Burch, father of Artemy Burch, and the town's doctor. Hopefully he should be able to give me a lead. Foul murder occurred here last night. No unauthorised access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene strictly forbidden until further notice. Is this a bad dream or something? Can someone wake me up, please? Whoever killed our only doc must be surely looking to get us all killed. Isidor could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions because he was a warden. He knew his lines all right. Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidor's life too. And this is merely the beginning. Only the beginning? What makes you so sure? See, this murderous deal is all mysterious. Or is the talon stuck in the victim's chest? Go ahead. Bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was a dust on the floor. For the deceased had been a renowned step walker. The dust was all covered in hoof steps and like traces of sharp bone, I guess. As if someone was using a walking stick round there. I'm telling you, it's her. The Shabnak Adir, the clay man-eater. Alright, enough of this. Is there a person of a simpler mind assigned to work the case? We've been assigned to work this post by Alexander, head of the Savarov family. His house is in decline right now, but it's still powerful and very much respected. It's for this that they've been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since the olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's their rod. You just take up that road there and you get to the Cape. As for me, I'm not authorised to let you in. You should have said stuff from the bloody start. So, these two goons have been assigned to keep Isidor's house from... You know, what's it out down there? Oh no. Those two goons were assigned to keep Isidor's house from being interfered with by anyone else. However, the mayor, Alexander Sabarov, might have something to say about it. Before I go there, though, what the fuck is this? They are burning a woman. They are literally burning a witch. And they're pretty happy about it. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck, you guys? Guys, seriously, what the fuck? Oh dear, oh dear. What have you done? How is it? That was no Shabnak, that was a girl, a living girl. I hope you'll find yourself in her place as soon as today. The fire she's in is hot. But in the fire she's in, not to burn, for she is made of clay. Wrong, all wrong. Hardened she must and fall apart. Murderers, stop right now or I will shoot you. I unfortunately don't have a gun to shoot them. I have shot them before in previous games. Unfortunately, it does count as killing an innocent person. Nevertheless, they just killed the girl. And now she's gone. However, this gentleman does have a revolver and 2 bullets. So I guess this wasn't total loss after all. Let's perhaps equip this, shall we? And load my 2 bullets into it. Well, I'm going completely the wrong direction. I'm sorry, everyone. So, northwards we go. To have a chat to the Sabarovs. See what they have to say about all this nonsense. Alexander Sabarov is this town's de facto mayor. He's one of the 3 great ruling houses of this town. The 3 great ruling houses are composed of the Kains, who are spiritual leaders of a sort. The Sabarovs, who are the not necessarily very well liked town mayor and his wife. And the Oglimskis, who we shall meet soon. If I ever get out of these fucking houses. There we are. That's the house there. Oh. Wonder how hungry I am. I'm sure my hunger bar will show up if I need it.
The outcome was to be expected, I'm afraid. Simon was doomed.
So, I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. It's the long Black Cod. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the challenges with open eyes and taking their first blow is my duty. Do you think we're on the verge of an especially unhappy era? No grim events here have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wounds. Commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologists expect nothing ill. Tell me, do you hold astrologists' opinions in high regard? The movement of the planets has an obvious effect on our life. However, I do not think it's humanly possible to gain any profit from that.
The rabble is completely out of control. They must have been bottling up their lowly instincts for quite some time.
So, you've come to meet with Simon, have you? What can I do for you now? I was actually invited by Isidor, so I came to meet with him first and foremost. Now it turns out that he's been murdered, yes. Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? Same one that took Simon's life too. At least that's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature. So who did it? You wouldn't believe it. His own son. Fellow came back after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite the lot he has learned, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. All of that just to grab the inheritance. Wait, how did you figure that out? In all honesty, it's hard to explain to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such things as clairvoyance, Bachelor? No. Well, you should get to know my wife, then. Or, better yet, those who've already had opportunities to witness the power of her prophecies. Former doubters first and foremost. Rationalists. She's got something to say to you, too, by the way. So, your wife called out Isidor's son in specific? Not specifically, no. But it all adds up. And the circumstances of Simon's death make you wonder, too. Isidor's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the Crucible to Isidor's house. But that's not enough. I have to take the investigation into my own hands. Is there anyone here who will be of help for me, apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for one Yulia Lircheva, perhaps. The most level-headed and reasonable person. I'm so sorry if I butchered the translation or pronunciation, by the way. The only person to remain skeptical about Katerina's talents, too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own picture of events. She always does. What exactly is this Yulia? She came with an engineering team when the town was being rebuilt. Did logistics or maybe communications, not sure. Say she's a true expert in her field. Smart, yes. Polymath. Then the team left, but she stayed. She has my respect, but not my fondness. Very well. I'll speak to this Yulia. So, onwards we must go. But before we speak to her, let's go visit Katerina Savarova and see what she has to say. Doubtless, her slightly bizarre predictions and prophecies will be interesting to listen to, though their accuracy may be disputed. Just ran right into the door there. Huh. Delightful.
It's true. The girl has proven that she's a saint, not a killer.
The girl in this question is likely Clara, the Devotress, or, as she may now be known, the Changeling, the third playable character. The only way for a duel to end is with the death of one of the fighters. That's what battles are supposed to be. Any conflict that has two sides inevitably turns into a battle of good and evil. I never liked black and white mentality. I'm not speaking metaphorically or metaphysically. I'm talking about a very particular battle. You are one of the combatants, Bachelor Dankovsky. Do you favor good or evil? I favor winning. Spoken like a true warrior. I truly wish you victory, Bachelor, even though I doubt there can be a victory at all in this battle. Well, you are very kind.
Matchmakers are coming, trying to woo me.
You are a brave man, Bachelor Dankovsky. You're overestimating my virtues. This fight is very unlikely to end in your favor. Does clay and bone man-eater leave traces of the kind you've witnessed? It's only a spell, an illusion. They just prefer to see it this way. Makes it easier for them. Fight is too big a word. I'm merely just assisting Georgi in his efforts to find the murderer. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you'll have to fight to the death. Even if it were a metaphor, the ending is still unambiguous. If you don't find out what happens before nightfall, you will die. And how do you know all of this? I am clairvoyant. Well, what is the nature of your visions? This should not be your primary concern at the moment. You should concern yourself with the number of minutes you have left, and that number is dwindling. I don't throw predictions around. Others will tell you how often they've come true. Do heed my words. Fine. She is not necessarily the Bachelor's favourite person. Anyway, so Simon is dead, Isidor is dead, and the only other person that might be able to help me figure it out is Yulia, who lives over here, just across the water. In fact, I can see her house from here. I think this is a good time to pause this episode. Right as it turns 10 AM. We shall see you anon.